Okay, Erev Tov. We're going to conclude the mitzvah Lamed, the 30th mitzvah Shelo Yishava Lashav, not to swear falsely today, with the laws of the mitzvah and the applicability of the mitzvah, and we'll say maybe one idea at the end. So he says over here, Dinei mitzvah, the laws of the mitzvah include Kegon Kinuyeh Shavua, equivalent terms for oaths. She'amnu zichronai bracha she'en kishua, what the rabbi said, which is the same as actually making an oath. So a person can use different terminology. It doesn't have to actually say I swear or I make an oath. Any type of Hebrew terminology can be implied. Uperush kinui hu leshonot harbe she'en ben bnei adam lefi hamekomot. The meaning of a equivalent term of a kinui is something that in many languages are spoken among the people according to the place that they live. Ken ma shamnu zichronai bracha, along what the Chachamim said in the Mishnah, shevuta, shekuka. Meaning you don't have to use the word shevua alai, which is how we call an oath, but you could say shevuta or shevuka. Different communities they would say a different word. Yes.
And they'll be the same. See you there. Does that mean it's an oath?
No, it's not an oath. It's not an oath. No.
I would have to say.
No. Yeah. Yeah. V'chendin Allah ve'arur imhen kishvua. They include the words of Allah, Aleph Lamed Hey, and Arur. These are also considered words like an oath. V'haomer lav be'askarat Hashem barach. And the one who says the word no, as like a commitment not to do anything, together with the mention of Hashem. Also, that is a problem. A person says, the Gemara talks about a person says lo twice. That's the word no twice, or yes twice. That could be an oath. One thing is to say yes, one thing is to say yes twice. Maybe he's taking an oath. V'chen yaminu small. A person says, I swear by my right hand, or I swear by my left hand. All these formulas constitute shavua, constitute an oath. He gives us another rule. V'din piv v'libo shavin. There must be agreement between a person's mouth and a person's heart. But if his heart is not in full agreement with the words that he uttered, then what he said is they're just it's not in agreement. It's modified what he meant. Included in this rule that they must be on the same wavelength. The one may declare a neder vow to murderers or to plunderers in order to mislead them about property that they seek to seize or someone that they seek to cause damage. Kegon, for example, he says over in the note here, it says, a murderous gang wishes to seize a person's valuables, and in order to deter them, he claims that the valuables are not his own, but belongs to the royal estate and were deposited with him for safekeeping. Alright? Now, if they don't believe him, the guy can say, I'm making a neder, that all the fruits of the world should be forbidden to me. Okay, if I'm not, if so and so, if it actually doesn't belong to the estate. When he's saying that, okay, his heart is only saying that for that day, and that because of the situation that's in. So therefore, the neder is not chal. The neder doesn't take into effect. Yes.
Doesn't in the Torah it says in Mefurash, Motza sefatecha tekayem.
Yes.
So whatever comes out of your mouth.
That's a different. Yes, you
have to.
That's a different mitzvah. Yeah.
But that's not like a shua.
No, that's something you say you're going to do something.
If I say I'm going to be at 6 o'clock and I come at 5
yeah.
6, I'm over on.
You could. There are many chachamim that were very meticulous on fulfilling what they said. And they would make sure not to say something that they weren't 100% sure that they could actually. It is beyond. This is like lifnei mishurat hadin. This is like beyond saying an oath. But that if you say an oath, you got that's you're halachically abiding by it. But this is just something else. I tell my person I'm going to be there tonight for his party, and then you get tired. Okay, everyone can just say I was tired. I didn't feel like going. But no, motzat sevatecha, right? What comes out of your mouth, you're going to be tishmor. You have to go and do it. Right, that's a very important quality of life. Anyways, ukon ze davka. This is only in cases she'en divrei piv sotrin legamrei machshav velibo, where the words of his mouth don't contradict the intention of his heart. Hutar lanu she'nidol haraginu haramin, that we're permitted to declare a neder to murderers. V'lo b'tzad acher, but not in any other way. Fine. The rest of these laws can be found in Masechet Shavuot and Nedarim. The mitzvah applies in all locations and all times, to both men and women. And if someone transgresses this mitzvah by making one of the 4 types of oaths that we mentioned above, for example, we said, he swears that this pillar of marble is gold. That's false. Or he says, I swear that this pillar of gold is gold. That is obviously true. Or he makes an oath, he swears to violate the commandment. Or he swears he's going to do something that is impossible, he's powerless to actually do. If he made that oath intentionally, he gets the penalty of lashes. Even though there's no action involved in this transgression, because it's just a speech, and normally when it's something that's just speech, there's no penalty of malkut. Due to the extreme severity of the matter, the Torah sentenced him to malkut. But if he does it inadvertently, he does not have to bring a korban, but if he makes a false oath, which we're going to learn later on in Mitzvah 227, that is called an oath of utterance, there he has to bring a korban, as we will write below. I always like to mention at this point, just the commentary of the Ibn Ezra over here, how he speaks at length about the importance of keeping your word and swearing, using Hashem's name in vain for things. And he says, if this was the only, I'm quoting, this is his words, if this was the only Averah that the Jewish people did, okay, meaning everything else are perfect, but this Averah they did, they still deserve to be in Galut. This is what he says. They still deserve to be in Galut if this is what if people using the name Elohim and Hashem haphazardly, without any thought, and they're just swearing and taking oaths in God's name, and it's all, whether it's true or whether it's false, whatever it is, it's a big averah. Maybe that's another reason why the Torah says we get malkut, even though there's no actual ma'aseh. Yes, that is correct.
All the vows.
Badai.